Hi guys, I'm back. It honestly feels like it's been forever, ever. And I'm so sorry I've been gone for so long. So much has happened. Let me take this ponytail holder out of here. So much has happened. I could spend an entire video or two, but we had a bunch of illnesses go through the house. We had a lot of unexpected home emergencies happen, including the room I'm in right now. I'm so sorry if there's a bad echo. Half of the drywall is out. We had a flood in our new house. So it's been great. 10 out of 10 would recommend. But everyone's okay, and that is what is important. But we have had to do some changes, obviously, with the budget because everything just got out of hand. And I am officially back to cash. Real cash, not placeholder stuff. And hopefully that will help. I kind of feel like sometimes when everything feels out of control, the control of having cash and having it in hand kind of helps me. That might be a me thing, but you know, it might help some of you if you're feeling like your life is out of control as well. Okay, so this paycheck we're doing is the paycheck for the 15th. And that goes until the 21st. That's kind of the week period that it's going to cover. So first, I'm going to put down the actual. I do know what it is. And we'll go from there. Okay. I'm going to write down a couple of these. I'll write down and nothing will be in them, just as placeholders so I don't forget them for the next week, if that makes sense. So in case any of you are new and you're like, why bother putting it on there? Well, that's why, because I will forget. So I hope all of you have been doing well. Those of you that have channels, I've been catching up as I can. Everything's been a little nuts, but I've been trying to, catch a video here or there for those that I can, or on Instagram and all of that. Okay, we got Walmart. That actually has a date. And that is 74. Then we have Apple. And I have to double check because I feel like I have to go back through my account. I feel like I have multiple Apple charges every month, and only 2 of them I know what are actually for. I know for sure one of them is Apple Care for an iPad. But beyond that, I am not 100% sure. So I need to figure that out for sure. Okay, so we have a City, Hulu, and the City is a City card. Hulu is $6.99. And I think I just recently got an email that that's going to be going up soon. I'm pretty sure it was Hulu. Let's see, then I also have Costco on the 17th, and that is $20.85. And then we have a Capital One card, and this is my husband's card. That is $34. And we have the Chase card. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a bit of credit card debt going on. I'm kind of mad about it, but at the same time, with the way everything has gone the last few months, it's kind of like, I guess I'm choosing to take the viewpoint of, thank God we had the credit cards. Because between appliances failing, the flooding of the basement, it just. It's just been a time. Okay, affirm. Now, this affirm is actually for my daughter's phone. So, part of why I did this is I wanted to set her up a little bit. A, part of it was Christmas gift. B, she's also paying towards it. But I wanted to set her up. I wanted her to have at least some account. She's 16 now. I wanted her to have something that could be in her name in the future, kind of like already with a payment history, just to kind of set her off with a good start, if we can. If we can. Okay, so these are the bills I'm expecting. This is the income I'm expecting. Now, there is some insurance money that may come into play. I don't know when. Most of the repair work we are probably going to be doing ourselves. We'll see. So, again, everything's been a mess. I'm just so excited to be back. I've missed you guys so bad. Like, I don't even... This is cathartic for me to do with you guys. And to not have done that for some time has been harder than I thought it would be. Okay, let me bring you back in. So the total bills, I'm sorry if this is shaking, we have uneven floor now. Total of the bills, $808.01. And that should, if I did my math correctly, bring us to $887.99. All right. Then we have envelopes. So I'm planning on medical being 60. Groceries, 260. Gas, 100. And shopping / household, we're going to do 100. And then eating out. Okay, and that is going to be 40, which should be okay to stick with. Oh gosh, out of frame. Sorry guys. The 40 should be doable for this pay period, simply because we actually got... Do you guys remember Market Day? So apparently they're back-ish or something. I don't know where you guys live, but I'm in Illinois. And when I was a kid, Market Day was like your parents would order through, like some kind of slip that would come home, and then they'd come to the school and pick it up, and it was like frozen goods, all this stuff, right? The chicken breasts from Market Day were my favorite thing. Like, I don't know what it was about it. They're probably filled with God knows what, but they were my favorite. Well, my mom let me know, it was, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago, like, hey, Market Day's back. So she did an order, and she kind of got some of, like, my favorite things, like Bosco sticks, all the things. Apologies if you're getting hungry now because of this discussion, but So I actually have a good amount of stuff in a deep freezer in the garage. And so I think this should be fine. We'll see. Okay, so that total is going to be $560. And then that should leave us with, let's see. Can I reverse engineer the math? Okay, I think $327.99. Okay. Now, I'm gonna call it a sinking fund, but it's really not a sinking fund. I mean, it's either going to be used or it's going to be used for something else. So I'm just going to put Halloween here. And I am budgeting $75 for that. I already have the candy. I got that super early. I already have the candy, but I have a 4-year-old who I just have a feeling at the last minute is going to decide she does not want to be what she was last year. So I have this for that, and also in case my oldest wants to do a little something, for high school, in case they do any kind of like dress up, whatever. So I'm just going to set it aside. If we don't use it, I'm probably going to put that towards a debt. Either debt or savings. Either which way, I can't lose. Okay, so I'm going to take the $327.99 from down here and take away that 75. Okay, $252.99. So $252.99. Okay. Extra debt, extra saving. So, controversial subject here, or might be considered controversial. When everything's absolutely nuts, I find it best, or I guess I've learned, to throw as much as you can into savings. I know the goal is to pay off debt, obviously, but especially with what's gone on here since we moved in. Again, for those of you that are new, we moved into this house in October of last year, and 3 weeks later I had my son. And that part was wonderful. Having my son was wonderful. However, all the months following with this house have been interesting. It's a very old house. So we knew things were coming to a point, but it's just been, I guess, the rate at which they've happened and the, kind of back-to-backness of it. I'll tell you, there's been some days where I really miss that apartment. I'm not gonna lie. But, okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna say savings. I'm going to put let's just say $152.99. And then we're going to do 100 towards debt. I need to look up all the balances and kind of figure out my debt payoff strategy. Like which cards, interest rate versus monthly payment, that kind of thing. So for now, I think this is a good start. Again, we're kind of getting back into this because everything just went a bit nuts. So now for the fun part. part I have missed somewhat the most, besides you guys. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled out the 560. I'm going to set this over here so I don't completely ruin this. I have all 20s. Originally, I was going to make that grocery budget $250, but I'm like, you know what? The name of the game lately has been just make it easier. So that is what I'm doing on myself. So I did $260 instead of $250 so I could just go through the ATM. I'm kind of at that overwhelmed mom point where it's like I can't possibly take any more unneeded stress. I guess that's the best way to put it. Okay, so medical we're doing 60. So 20, 40, 60. Go ahead and put that in here. Okay, and then groceries is 260. So 20, 40, 60, 81. 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60. And then I had a question for you guys. If you wouldn't mind leaving an answer for me in the comments, I would really appreciate it. I love planning. So besides budget planning, just planning. I love watching planning channels. I've done a planning video on this channel before. Excuse me. Would you guys be interested in seeing that? And kind of seeing a little more, I guess. Let me know how you feel about that. I'm going back and forth. We're doing gas now. I'm going back and forth between doing that on this channel versus starting a second channel. The problem with that being that I do actually have the goal in mind to start a, I guess, I don't know what you'd call it. I don't want to say just a cleaning channel, but more so, I guess, lifestyle. Sure, we'll go with that. That sounds professional. So, you know, cleaning, cooking, showing grocery hauls, vlogs of some sort. So I hesitate to separate the planning and the budgeting because that would essentially be 3 channels, which seems a bit much, for me, at least. Okay, next thing we're doing is shopping household. That is 100, 20, 40, 60, 81. So let me know what you think. Let me know if any of you guys have channels and have any experience with multiple channels. Let me know. I would really appreciate it because, you know, sometimes the YouTube really does not handle multiple niches, if you will, on one channel. So, I don't know. I guess that's just a little shop talk for you. Okay, 40 went in eating out, and that is it. And my God, I am so glad to be doing this today with you guys. I hope you guys have been well these last couple months. I'd love to hear from you down below. Please, please, please reach out. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing how you're doing. I love celebrating your wins. And, you know, commiserating with some of your losses, too. Let's be real. We all have those. All right. We will be back next week with the next budget. And who knows, you might see a planning video in here somewhere. All right. See you guys. Bye.